Well, let's see. Now, we do have a couple of folks who stopped by today who've been in the news recently. We had them on our show years ago on an unrelated topic. But it is Kip and Sharon Dutton who live out Dexter area, Kip? Or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where near Dexter?
We're actually about 300 yards on 12E from the stoplight in Limerick.
In Limerick. And you guys were in the news this week, not in a positive way, and obviously there's a lot of people who probably, after reading the article, don't like you.
Oh, I'm sure. There was a list before. This didn't help my cause any. Okay. My wife and I both were arrested Monday and each charged with 10 counts of animal cruelty. Since then, I don't really know what people are thinking of me. We turned ourselves in, and from there, Channel 7 came out, wanted to set up in the road and film the animals, and as I told the reporter, bring your camera right out back. I have nothing to hide. I've been a lifelong farmer, will not abuse an animal on purpose or hopefully even by accident. I used to make a living off the backs of my animals. They were treated better than our own family were. Mm-hmm. We did have our vet come out 2 days ago to look at the animals to see if there was anything there, because at that time Linda Miles was adamant that the horses were debilitated, could not walk. The trooper told her, I am not going to put these animals down, and Linda said, oh, these animals need to be destroyed. Well,
but you were charged anyway.
But we were charged anyway. I'm not sure. I understand the ponies' feet are long. This has been an ongoing problem with these horses. We've been working at them for over a year now. We've even gone as far to have someone come in and tranquilize the horses so we could catch them, because they are unbroke ponies. They were ponies somebody didn't want. My wife dragged them home. And that's the way that most of the animals we have now are, is they're something somebody didn't want. I'm probably the only man in the county that has 2 700-pound pet pigs, because my wife couldn't bear to ever eat them.
Okay. Well, so you've got these animals, and you keep them around, or you call it a hobby farm.
Basically, a non-profit organization.
All right, so you take in these animals. How did you run afoul of the authorities? Did somebody turn you in?
Yes. Actually, they turned us in for the horses' feet the first time in April, and that's when we had been working on them. And at that time, the charges were Trooper Road unfounded. They had documented everything we went through with the tranquilizers. We continued to work on the horses' feet. There's somebody that's got an axe to grind with me.
Now, you have a letter from a Dr. Raymond, who's the veterinarian?
Yes.
And it says, to whom it may concern, this is to verify I did examine the animals owned by Sharon and Kip Dutton at the owner's request on January 9th. Found all the animals, including the cows, goats, and ponies, to be in good flesh and apparently healthy. There are adequate food and water available to these animals. The ponies do have long hooves and need to be trimmed. However, the ponies are not loose that I could detect, lame that I could detect. Their legs were straight and without joint deformities. In fact, the ponies moved so well we could not catch them. I did advise the Duttons that the ponies need to have the hooves trimmed and recommended that they contact a farrier to do the job. Now, a farrier is, of course, somebody who trims horses' hooves and, for a living. And it's probably not one of those occupations. There's many people in it anymore.
No, and the biggest thing with having a farrier come in instead of doing it myself, because I've trimmed cows' feet for years, or cows' feet and horses' feet for years, is there will be documentation now. There will be someone else. It's not just me saying, I took 3 inches off this day. Now there will be...
So you were charged, and of course, obviously, then you get your name in the paper, and everybody thinks you're cruel to animals, and they hate you for it.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know whether I can't judge the court case and so on, but what did the trooper say to you? I mean, did they just charge you because...
I'm not sure. I think that morning, if I'd have been calm and probably not running off at the lips, I may have gotten myself out of it with a warning. But when it comes to animals, I'm pretty sensitive about it.
So things got a little heated between you and the trooper?
Yes. Actually, no. I did not spout off to the trooper because she's only doing her job. I have friends in law enforcement, and I understand they got a job to do.
Yeah. So just one trooper came out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, it couldn't have been a huge crime wave if they only sent one person.
Well,
I mean, that's what I would think. But anyway, so they didn't take the animals. The animals are all still there.
The animals are all still there.
Okay. And what do you have? You have 2 ponies?
2 ponies, 2 cows, 2 calves, 2 goats, 6 sheep, 3 pet pigs, and I think she still got 6 pet chickens.
6 chickens. No dogs or cats.
We got a couple dogs, and then when we sold our dairy and moved over to the new farm, my wife went and live trapped all her barn cats so that she could bring them to the new barn, because she didn't want them to stay behind and starve, even though they were really not our cats or cats people threw up.
Oh, okay. So you have a lot of animals there, and you try to take care of them. So you don't operate the farm now, then?
No. Basically, it's
what do you do for a living now?
Actually, right now I'm not doing anything for a living. I had 3 strokes starting the 20th of November, so I'm still waiting for the all clear from the doctor to find something to do.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate and everything. So you're on disability or something?
Well, actually, that's the problem with dairy farming all your life. You don't pay into disability.
Exactly. The problem with being self-employed. I know the feeling and so on. Well, I don't know. I'm glad you came in and told your side of the story. Sharon, you want to say anything? Oh, come on. Come on. You can talk right into the old microphone there. Here you go.
I just don't like the idea of people associating me with animal abuse. That's killing me. I can't.
Okay. All right. Okay, no, I understand, and I'm sure it is an upsetting thing to have the police come over and all of that. So anyway, what are you going to do? You got to get these hooves trimmed?
Right, well, the next step is town court Thursday night.
Town of Brownville?
Town of Brownville court Thursday night. And we need to compile more evidence on, this letter will go a long way to helping us. I mean, being from a vet, it's just not my word as a farmer that everything's okay. Also, I have not got the letter from him yet, but our farm loan officer came out yesterday and looked at the animals, took pictures, and we will be getting a statement from him that the animals are fine. And as he's told my wife as he was taking the pictures, he says, he's worked with us for 8 years. And he said, if you had $20 left in your checkbook and you could buy feed for the animals or food for yourself, your animals would eat and you'd go without.
Now, tell me one other thing. Do you know the specific individual who turned you in?
I don't. I'm hoping that through Freedom of Information Act, if it goes to court, we should have the right to face our accuser.
Well, I doubt it, because it's when you're charged, it's the state of New York versus you, the people versus you. So you'll never find out who that is, and unless that person signed, I wouldn't think they could bring charges unless someone signed a sworn statement with the allegations. If they signed a statement that was knowingly false, obviously they could have issues and so on, but that'd be up to the district attorney. And again, I'm not in a position to judge this one way or the other.
All right.
But I appreciate you.
I appreciate you letting me say my piece, because it's.
Now, you were in before. When you were in last time, a few years ago, we were talking about how rough the farming was.
Right, how rough dairy farming was at that time, and
hasn't gotten any better, I take it.
Well, price of milk's better, but the expenses have all gone up. So
yeah. So I don't know. Well, hey, you can always go run for the state senate if you're an ex-farmer.
Well,
do that type of thing. So see what happens. Well, I wish you both well in court, and hate to have people in under these circumstances.
Well, I appreciate you letting me have the time, Jeff.
Okay. No problem.
We'll go from there.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Sharon. You have a good one. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Oh, there you go.